Congratulations to you all. Senator Cadell. Senator Cadell, are you seeking the call?
Yes, I rise to take note of the answers to all coalition questions.
Senator Cadell.
Thank you very much. Well, today we heard so many things about what's going on with fuel in Australia, and what started out as a right-wing conspiracy is now a full-blown national crisis, according to the government. And this is what we see, the evolution of denial. It's almost the stages of grief, isn't it, that you go through as a government. You go through denial, you go through negotiation, and we're almost getting to acceptance now. We accept it's a national crisis. That's where we're almost getting. And we heard so many things today. There's acceptance that our farmers aren't out there getting the diesel they need to crop, to look after their animals. When I was here taking note just the last sitting week, Deputy President, I raised the plight of a food lot supplier that was not able to get food for his animals, as was contemplating having to put them down other than fall foul of animal cruelty laws, except he was finally able to get some via a much more expensive contract. But what we still don't see is we don't see the understanding here. We don't see the understanding of what this really makes to tick in regional areas, because we've seen a water czar put in charge of the fuel crisis, and we all know that fuel and water do not mix. Fuel and water do not mix. You can't have a climate scientist going there to fix the fuel supplies of the country, because you need a logistics person. You need to get it from the tanks to the people. That's the important bit. And when we talk about the Iran war or the Ukraine gas stuff, we don't have Putin's people, or we don't have Iranians on the Hume Highway stopping the fuel getting from the tanks to the farmers. It is a logistical supply of this government not understanding what's going wrong. And they don't even understand the length of it. We heard this great supply. We have 100 million litres per month of high-sulphur fuel that can come out there. It was petrol, not diesel. And apart from one very, very bad mistake I have made in my Ford Everest, it cost me $1,200, I know the difference between fuel and petrol. Yes, I did. So this is the difference where you can't fill the tractors of this country, you can't fill the trucks of the country on petrol. And 100 million litres, everyone says that's a lot. No, it is less than 1 litre per person per week. That is the answer of this government to the fuel crisis. 1 litre per person per week of petrol, not diesel. And then we hear about urea. We hear about what's going out there in the world. And we hear about the farmers that won't plant crops, the farmers that won't be able to fertilise crops. They can't plant them because they haven't got the diesel. They can't fertilise them because they haven't got the urea. And they can't harvest them again because they haven't got the diesel. And then they can't get them to markets. But it's not a problem to this government. Every part of this will go. And so in 6 months' time, Deputy President, when the people out there are having trouble putting food on the table, or it's way more expensive, it is because of what is not happening now. We are not getting logistics out, we are not getting the food planted, and we are making poor decisions because we never accepted this was a problem months ago. And it's not just food. Today I'm hearing from Polypipe, the construction industry, the pipes that make things come from fuel and oil. A really big call. Did you know, I didn't know, Deputy President, 1/3 of the glue that makes kitchens and plyboard for housing construction uses urea. And so the biggest constructor of kitchens in the country has 3 weeks' supply, or no more kitchens, no more boards, no more construction, no more housing. So when we're bringing 1,000 people a day into the country, there'll be nowhere to put them because we can't build the homes they need, just as we haven't in the past. Not that they've done it. This government is failing on every level in this crisis. Failure to accept it, failure to deal with it, and failure to have plans to fix the consequences of it. And it isn't hard to put some things in place. You don't sit around a chat fest around a table and talk this problem out of existence. You don't blame others for not getting the fuel from the tanks to the users. You don't stand there in front of boards and say the ACCC will fix that. I've been involved in 3 actions with the ACCC in courts, and they have lost every single one. But you are putting all your faith into them, and it is not good enough. So let's get real. Let's get the logistics working. Let's get the fuel out there. We're hearing 6 ships have been turned back or cancelled. There are reports now that potentially 8 more have been turned back. Just in the last hour, we're hearing that. We are at the end of the tether of what we do. We have for so long taken it for granted that Australia will just be at the beneficial at the end of this. You cannot have sovereignty of your decision-making unless you have food security, fuel security and economic security, and the decisions you're making are stripping Australia of its sovereignty because we are at the behest of everyone else in the world and we deserve better.